Hey guys, Coach Josh here. Today's workout is all about kind of upper body recovery. So on the days, if you're doing a day where we've done some presses or some rows in your upper body, or maybe you've done some practicing and your body's a little stiff and sore, anywhere from the waist up, we're gonna get it covered today. So make sure you've got equipment-wise, we're gonna need a foam roller, we are going to need a lacrosse ball, a softball, and some resistance bands, and that's about it. So let's get right into it. I got my foam roller here, and I'm going to get it set 90 degrees or perpendicular to my spine. And then I'm gonna support the neck with the hands. Important that the hands don't pull on the head. I'm not trying to yank the head this way. I'm just supporting, so I'm gonna let the head kind of rest neutral. So you can see my chin there. I've got basically about that much space. The chin should not go like this though. We're not trying to extend the neck ever. We're just getting to there, and we're trying to support the neck, then lift the hips up. Use your feet to slowly kind of chug this roller down the spine a little bit. Breathing. Okay, keeping the elbows in. What that's gonna do is it's gonna expose the tissue a little bit better between the shoulder blades. If my elbows flare out, the shoulder blades pull apart, and it's gonna be hard for you to feel that the roller is kind of pressing into those muscles between your shoulder blades. So again, I'm slowly kind of working through here. That's about as low as we're going to get on the back. We're not getting into the lower back too much at all. It's just that middle section of the spine from shoulder blades down to about lower kind of rib cage. And then back up. About 6 times here, just working through there, slowly going over any spots, holding if there's any spots that feel tight. Back and forth. So now I've got the foam roller right across my shoulder blades. I'm gonna keep my elbows in, big breath in, my butt's down on the floor. I'm gonna keep my glutes engaged, and again, chin stays here. The big key here, guys, is to make sure we're not doing this, not extending the neck. I see people all the time, they try and do these extensions, and they're really just mainly extending the neck. I want you to try and keep the chin sort of tucked, elbows in a bit. Big breath in, and then we're gonna try and just move that mid-back section over the roller. And you might hear some little clicks here, little pops here. That's fairly typical when we're doing this. Press into the feet and bring the roller down, okay? The spine about 2 inches. So we work down vertebrae by vertebrae. Keep the chin tucked a bit, keep the abs engaged, do 2 to 3 extensions, and we're gonna go down the spine a little bit more. Breathe. Extend, keeping the abs engaged, and let's work that roller down the back just a little bit more. Getting into the lower part of the back. Extend and extend. And if I go down one more segment, that's probably about the lowest I'm gonna go. You don't want to feel like you're pressing into the low back too much, and we should feel a little bit of pressure, but nothing too extreme. Okay, I'm breathing, I'm just hinging over that spot 2 or 3 times, and there's my T-spine extensions. So we've kind of worked through the soft tissue. We've got a little bit of extension in the back. If we get more extension in the T-spine, your mid-back or T-spine is going to be able to rotate a little bit better. So we're going to take advantage of that exercise we just did, build upon it by now opening up the T-spine with the book opener. Again, I love this variation here where the knee is up on the roller just at or slightly above hip height. I hook that in place with the bottom arm. Make sure your shoulders are stacked. If you want a pillow under your head, that's totally fine. From here, my hands on the forehead, and I'm gonna open up, let my head rest on the floor of the pillow, and I'm trying to bring this shoulder blade as far back as I can comfortably. Once your body stops, here's the key. Pause and take a nice slow deep breath in, trying to see if you can inhale for about 3 to 4 seconds. So if I breathe in, hold it, and then smoothly exhale, and I can make a lot of progress. Hold that new position, another deep breath, and exhale. And then we're gonna roll back to the start and repeat. So open up, the head rest, Open up the shoulder, big breath in. Again, this variation with the hand on the forehead is great because it takes away the urge to reach the hand to the floor and brings the focus on trying to get your shoulder blade to touch the floor first before your arm or before your hand, which is ideally what we want. I'm just gonna do one more here, so hold that end range, deep breath in, and exhale. One more, and breathe out. Back to the start. So now let's flip it around. I'm gonna show you from this side. Again, knee at hip height. I'm gonna hook that in place, get the shoulder right underneath me, and we're going to open up here. Hand on the forehead, and you can see my shoulder's close to the ground, but it's not touching. So here's where I work that nice deep breath. Let's count a 3 or 4 second inhale. Here we go. Hold it, and now exhale smooth. I can see how much more range of motion I make up there. I'm gonna hold that position, another breath. And exhale. Just like magic, we get the rib cage expanding with the breath, and then all of a sudden, we can rotate a little bit more. Deep breath in, expand the rib cage, and progress. One more time. Open up, hold that end range, deep breath in. Shoulder blades sitting nice and flat now. And you can see here, I can pretty much get that shoulder blade nice and flat. Now I can, get the hand down to the floor. The tendency when you're just doing this variation of the book opener is you tend to just try and get the hand down to the floor. Like I can get my hand touching there, but you can see my shoulder blade is not even close to the floor. That's why I take the hand here and try and get the rotation through the upper trunk and the shoulder here, okay? So there is our book opener done. Now we're gonna go to the rolling starfish, which gets into that T-spine here. Feet are going to be shoulder width apart, driving down through the floor. I'm gonna reach one hand up and to the sky. That's gonna pull my head off the floor. Then we're gonna reach across to this hand. Try and get past this hand if you can. If you can't, just hold it there for a second. Your butt cheek might just start to lift off the floor at this point and then come back down. What we don't want to happen is have you reach up and just kind of roll everything like this. We want the butt cheek and legs to stay pushing into the floor as you reach up and go across. I'm trying to reach past the other hand. Now the butt cheek's just starting to lift. My toes both stay pointing straight up, and then I come back down. And then I alternate up, reach across. We're gonna do 5 of these on each side. Back down. Bring it up, head comes off the floor. Reach across, try and get past the other hand. Back down, stretch up, and move across. Back down, actively pushing those feet into the floor. Hold in, back down. 2 more each side. Reach up, move across. Again, this is me going into the follow-through position, that right body and shoulder coming across. Keep the legs pushing into the floor, back down. Reach up, extend. Back down, and 1 more each side. Reach up, and back down. Come up, and stretch across. Excellent job. So there, that series of exercises, those 4 exercises we just did, got our mid back and T-spine moving. Now we're gonna get into the shoulder. So you'll just need your lacrosse ball. And, oops, there's my softball. I'm gonna get a lacrosse ball here. All right, so from here, you can see I'm gonna get into what we call infraspinatus. So that is the shoulder blade muscle, rotator cuff muscle. It's just beneath, you'll feel if you reach on top here, there's kind of a bony ridge at the top of the shoulder blade. you want to come in the ball to be beneath that. So instead of trying to reach up and across this way, reach underneath the arm, come in just behind the armpit like that, okay? And we're going to sit on this spot or lean on it there, and I get on top of it. And I'm just starting to lean on it. I can support the head with this arm. If this is a lot of pressure for you, you can just kind of take this back up against a wall, lean against the wall with your feet kind of walked out from the wall, away from the wall a little bit, and you can lean against that spot. It'll be a little bit less pressure than laying on the floor here. When you're first starting out, that could be a good option. And I'm just gonna use my feet and body to rock back and forth. Anywhere beneath that spine of the shoulder, ooh, there we go. I found there is a spot that doesn't feel so good. That's what we call a trigger point. That's just a spot where the soft tissue is kind of tacked down and it's all sort of mashed up like cooked spaghetti that's just all twirled up. Whereas soft tissue that's healthy looks like spaghetti and kind of like straight lines. It's but we're trying to restore that health to the soft tissue here by, it doesn't feel so good, but trust me, it will help your range of motion and it will help decrease pain. The less trigger points you have, the less pain you're going to be in day to day. And initially, those trigger points can be pretty uncomfortable as I work through this one, but it's just a tolerable amount of discomfort is a good way to put it. And I'm going to switch sides here. Again, you can explore anywhere kind of beneath that sort of bony ridge on the shoulder blade, that basically triangle shaped bone here. Anywhere back there is fine. That's right where infraspinatus is, that muscle in the rotator cuff. What it does is when it contracts, it externally rotates the shoulder. So that's the primary one that externally rotates. So we want to free that muscle up. And again, sometimes when you're on a trigger point and you really feel it, you can just hold it there. You don't have to move the arm. Just trying to relax the arm, let your body settle into it, and then we can start to go through this motion. I'm just rotating the shoulder internally and externally a little bit. And once that starts to loosen up, you can move into it a little freer and then maybe just kind of oscillate on that spot, move the trigger point of the ball around a bit. There's another spot. Nice and easy here, okay? That's great. All right, so now we've gotten the back side of the shoulder blade. Now we're gonna hit the front side of the shoulder blade. This trigger point is called subscapularis. So really important one to get at. We are going to use, okay, a golf club from here, okay? To locate subscap, it's really, really key to be able to find the shoulder blade, okay, on this side, and poke your thumb in here, okay? So you want to pinch, that's your lat muscle there that I'm pinching, okay? So you want to take where the thumb is, you'll feel kind of where your rib cage is there. Follow that rib cage up just behind the lat, and should basically poke into the front side of your shoulder blade, okay? This is basically right across from infraspinatus, which we were just in. So once I find that spot, you're gonna have to dig in there a little bit, okay? You have to pinch in, dig in there. So the main thing is we're not right in your armpit, okay? We're a little bit lower and more back this way. So to access that spot, so I don't have to press with my finger the whole time, we're gonna use a golf club, and you're gonna have to transition up to kneeling position, okay? So let's come up to kneeling, okay? From here, we're going to take this golf club, okay? And we're going to get it right in that spot. So I've got my opposite knee up. I'm gonna lean on this, and I can use this hand to just guide that butt end of that golf club into that spot. Hold it there. Ooh, there it is. Again, you might have to use this hand to move it up and down, and gently lean into it. I've got the spot, and now I'm gonna start to rotate that arm in the same motion as I did. So this muscle subscap, it internally rotates the shoulder, which is this motion, but when it's tight, it's going to prevent you from doing this motion. So that's why we've got to work it out here. And work through there. And we'll switch sides. Again, to find that lat muscle, go ahead and pinch the lat right where your thumb is. Work back towards the shoulder blade, okay? And scan and pushing back in towards the shoulder blade. We're gonna find that spot and then start to work that. Yeah, there it, ooh, there it is. Okay, so you can be here or have this other knee up, okay? I do like this option because I can kind of lean this elbow on the knee, and then I can kind of just rest this hand here and manipulate the golf club a little bit to find that trigger point and hold it. And then I can rotate the shoulder like that. Nice deep breaths, getting that subscap. All right, so once we've worked through the trigger points there, now we've opened up a window as we make our way up to standing, okay? We've opened up a window to work into some mobility for the shoulder. All you're gonna do first is get a band, okay? We're gonna attach a band to an anchor point or a door anchor that's probably gonna be about shoulder high, okay? From here, I'm gonna take the band, hold the end of it. You don't need much resistance here, okay? I'm just gonna hold it like that. I don't need a lot of resistance. From here, I'm just getting that arm straight out to the side, okay? And all I'm gonna do is have a little bit of resistance. Imagine the elbow is kind of resting against the door frame. I'm just gonna allow the band to pull me back into some rotation. The key is that I'm not doing this. The elbow stays in the same spot. It just, the arm rolls back that way. Once it's rolling the arm back, I can just kind of lean into it a bit, put a tiny bit of tension on the band, just pull the arm up a little bit, and then release, let it come back. So it's a little contraction against the band, and then I let the band pull me back. Again, little rotation up, and then let that arm rotate back. A couple more times, hold, and let it pull me back. You can see that's really kind of opening up this shoulder into some external rotation, and then back. So that's getting me some more range of motion. Then we just switch sides here. And you'll see as I grab this side here, arm is out, okay? I'm gonna let that pull my arm and shoulder back into some external rotation. The side's a little bit tighter for me. Breathe in, let it pull the arm back. So my elbow is kind of moving forward as this rotates the arm back. A little press into the band and then let it rotate me back. Press and hold and rotate back. Press and hold and bring it back. One more time. Press and bring it back. Excellent. Okay. So I'm just gonna set that down. Now, all you'll need now is a chair, okay? Let's grab the seat of a chair from here. And I'm going to kneel in front of it here. And I'm just gonna rest. You could use a door frame as well. If you're standing, you could just put your arm at the edge of a door frame, standing up there, and we're gonna go this way. To make it easy so you guys can see me, I'm just gonna rest my arm here. And even when you're sitting, like through the day, if I'm sitting, I can just rest my arm on a desk like this. If I'm sitting down, I can rest my arm on the edge of the desk and work on it like this. So here I'm in an all fours position. Elbow is straight out from the shoulder, and I'm just gonna rotate. I'm looking straight down, just gonna rotate that arm, trying to pull the forearm off the chair, hold it for a second, and then come down. And then again, rotate, hold, come down, squeeze it up. So we're just really getting that control in the end range of the shoulder socket. And again, I'm not flicking the wrist here. That's why I turn the palm in. So I'm not flicking that wrist, and we're gonna hold here. Back down, squeeze and hold. 2 more times. And again, there we go. If you're really feeling these muscles back here engaging, okay? So those muscles I really feel working to rotate the shoulder in this direction, okay? So again, get set up in all fours, rotate, back down, squeeze, and back down. This side I have a little more range of motion. This is my trail shoulder. And this is the one where we actually want a little more range of motion than the lead shoulder. So we can shallow the club on the downswing. Hold at the top, really feel the muscles engage. And again, this one you can do anywhere. You can do it sitting at the desk, hold there, hold, and bring it down. Excellent job. So there is our shoulder sequence done. Getting the mid, back, and shoulders worked out. You can see there, that's what we want, is that motion this way so we can shell the club on the way down. So that'll free that up. Great as a recovery after upper body workout. Now we're gonna get into some neck sequences to relax the muscles up here and let that upper body totally recover. So for us to get into the upper trap muscles and recover those muscles in the neck that can get stiff and sore and tight, what we're gonna do is find a corner of a wall. Okay, I'm just using a yoga block against this wall. So if you don't have a door frame handy, you could use a door frame as well, or the corner of a wall, and place the ball actually on top of that upper trap, right where your backpack strap is gonna rest. And from there, you're going to hinge the hips back and get the head reaching past in there. I'm actually gonna show you on this side so you can see. So that's the placement, okay? So right on that upper trap, and I'm gonna put it on this side so you can see the head movement. So I got that in place. And then I'm just going to sort of move side to side, up and down a little bit, scanning around for that, some trigger points. So I don't have to probably search too far, I can feel it there. So just pin that spot in place. And you can take your hand on that same side of that the ball's on and reach it behind the back. And now I'm gonna slowly rotate the head away from the ball and then come back. Rotate away from the ball and back. Just getting some neck rotation in there, working through the upper trap. Breathe in, breathe out. Do about 5 or 6 of these. And then you can also tuck the nose down towards that shoulder. Turn and down, turn and down. Rotate and come down and down. There we go. So then we'll just work through the other side here, getting it on that other side. Rotate the head about 5 or 6 times. Again, reaching the hand behind the back. And then you can tuck the nose down towards that opposite chin. Turning, dropping down. Working through, spend about a minute on each side working through those trigger points, and then you can take the ball, come a little higher up. We're gonna stand here. I'm gonna find this muscle called levator scap. So it's right at the, if I feel the spine of my scapula, that ridge across the top of the shoulder blade, and I work in towards the spine, you should feel the top corner of your shoulder blades right about there. So it's not up top here, it's a little lower down. And you feel that corner of the shoulder blade. The ball, you're gonna place the ball just above the very corner of that top bone of the shoulder blade. And then you're gonna lean against the wall. Walk your feet away from the ball so we pin it in place. And we're going to take the hands and start to slowly reach that arm up and across the shoulder, as if you're gonna toss a ball over your shoulder in slow motion. Just like that. And again, you can move your body around a little bit. If you need to work around the corner of that shoulder blade, you'll find some trigger points there. Once you're on a spot, just hold it, just breathe, and then move, just like that. And then we can just simply switch sides so I get that into the other side right here. Okay, pin that in place, walk away from the wall, and reach across, up and across with that arm. So this is getting into the levator scap. This muscle connects the neck and the shoulder blade. Really important to have this muscle loose if you want to be able to keep your eye on the ball and make a full backswing. There we go. Work out the trigger points there. Excellent. So there's our soft tissue releases, upper trap and levator scap. So now that we've released the muscles across the neck and shoulder, we're going to work at stretching the upper trap muscles. So from here, reach the hands down towards the floor, okay? And we're just going to slowly turn the head a little bit towards the shoulder and drop the neck down, drop the nose down towards that shoulder or armpit. And you can kind of look up this way a little bit and down. You should feel a bit of a stretch. The main thing is this shoulder doesn't lift up. I'm trying to keep that reaching down And then I'm working the head up and down away from that shoulder. So that stays down. And I'm feeling a stretch through here. You might have to change the position of the head just a little bit so you can feel that upper trap muscle. And you can turn the head straight sideways, look up, look down. And then I'm just trying to keep that shoulder there and maybe lean the head here, turn down or turn up, whichever way you have to turn to feel that stretch right through here. And keep it gentle, breathing steady. We're not trying to, get a 10 out of 10 stretch here. We're just trying to get maybe a 4 or 5 out of 10 stretch where you feel it, but it's just moderate. Okay, we don't want to push too aggressively into this. The neck muscles come out of it slowly, can be sensitive. Reach down with the other shoulder. Tilt the head and slowly let the neck tilt down. And again, you can stay here if you're feeling the stretch down this side of the neck, maybe a little bit towards the back side there where that upper trap is, kind of where your backpack strap would rest. You may have to turn and look up a little bit or turn down. Make sure the shoulder's reaching down. You could even hold a weight in that hand. That can help. Rotate. And then you can hold it there. Once you've found the spot, hold it, and then look up, look down, look up, look down. There we go. Hold that spot. Keep the shoulder reaching down, and release. The last one we're going to do is a neck rotation stretch. It's called a PNF stretch, okay? That's just a fancy term for contract and relaxing the muscle, okay? So I'm going to turn my head this way. Make sure the chest doesn't rotate. So you can do this sitting or standing, it doesn't matter. The main thing is that your chest stays stable as I turn the head. So from here, place the hand against the cheekbone. Your hand is just an immovable object. I'm not pushing the hand this way, the hand just stays here, and I'm gently going to press the head into the hand this way, about 1 pound of pressure. So just think about 1 pound. It's literally a stick of butter in the weight of your hand. That's all it is. So it's very light pressure into the hand. And then I'm going to try and turn the head away from that hand. And again, the hand then can come to meet the head. This hand stays still. It's just an immovable object. 1 pound of pressure. I rotate the head into my hand or my palm. Exhale. And then I can move a little more. It's just very light pressure. Hand comes to the head. Inhale, gentle pressure. Exhale. I can look a little further. Hand comes to the head. Inhale, press. Exhale, and one more. Inhale, press, and exhale. So I made a good amount of range of motion. I probably started there, and I gained on the range of motion there. Nice and easy. I can go the other way. Again, not rotating the chest. Turn first, then the palm comes up, meets the cheekbone. Press the cheekbone into the palm with 1 pound of pressure, and then exhale, move it away. Palm comes to the cheekbone. Breathe in, 1 pound of pressure from the head into the palm. Turn and look over the shoulder. Inhale, press cheekbone into palm, 1 pound. Exhale, turn one more time. Inhale, press, exhale, then rotate. There we go. Excellent job. Come out of that slowly. So there's your upper body recovery workout. So we hit the shoulders, we hit the T-spine, got in through the neck muscles. So really, really great stuff, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Use that as a recovery tool in between workouts if that upper body's kind of feeling stiff and sore. And we'll see you in the next workout.